What happens when ambition turns into obsession? These are the questions we grapple with as we delve into the gripping narrative of The Devil in the White City, a remarkable book penned by Erik Larson. In the closing years of the 19th century, the city of Chicago was a bustling hub of innovation and dreams. The year was 1893, a time of tremendous change and progress, but lurking beneath the surface of this vibrant city was a darkness that would forever mar its history. The Devil in the White City intertwines the true tales of two men, bound by the destiny of one city. On one hand, we have Daniel Burnham, a visionary architect fueled by a burning ambition to transform Chicago into a beacon of progress and innovation. His dream? To create the architectural marvel that would be the 1893 World's Fair, an event that would put Chicago on the global map. On the other hand, we have H. Holmes, a man whose name would become synonymous with horror and evil. Holmes was a charming but deadly con artist who used the anonymity of the bustling city to hide his ghastly crimes. His obsession wasn't for architectural marvels or world acclaim, but rather a darker, more sinister compulsion. Holmes turned the city of dreams into his hunting ground, using the shadows of the World's Fair to cloak his heinous acts. In The Devil in the White City, Larson masterfully weaves these two narratives together, crafting a tale that is as captivating as it is chilling. It's a story of ambition and obsession, of dreams and nightmares, and of the extraordinary lengths that people will go to in order to fulfill their desires. The book serves as a stark reminder of how the promise of progress and the lure of the new can sometimes hide a nefarious underbelly. It asks us to consider the cost of our ambitions, and to question what happens when those ambitions turn into obsessions. So we find ourselves asking, how could a city of dreams turn into a city of nightmares? As we explore further, we'll delve into the lives of Burnham and Holmes, and how their fates were intertwined by the 1893 World's Fair in Chicago. In one corner, we have the ambitious architect Daniel Burnham. In the other, the sinister H. Holmes. Our tale is set in the late 19th century, in the heart of Chicago, a city bustling with potential and teeming with dreams. Daniel Burnham, a man of vision and ambition, was the mastermind behind the World's Fair. His dream was to build a spectacle that would put Chicago on the global map. Burnham was not only an architect, but an artist, a creator, who saw the city as his canvas. His journey was not without its trials, though. He faced countless obstacles, from political pushback to logistical nightmares. But his unwavering determination led him to overcome each hurdle, driven by the dream of showcasing the city's glory to the world. On the darker side of this tale, we have H. Holmes, a man whose dreams were far more sinister. Holmes was a chameleon, a master manipulator who used charm as a weapon. He saw the World's Fair not as a beacon of progress, but as a hunting ground. Holmes built a structure that would later be dubbed the Murder Castle. A labyrinth of horror hidden behind the facade of a hotel, it was a place from which many checked in, but few checked out. Holmes lured his victims with promises of luxury and comfort, only to lead them to their untimely demise. These two men, Burnham and Holmes, represent two extremes of human nature. One driven by ambition to create and inspire, the other fueled by a dark obsession to destroy and manipulate. They were both drawn to the same city, the same event, but with starkly different intentions. Their stories intertwined in a city on the cusp of greatness, creating a narrative that is as intriguing as it is chilling. Two men, two very different dreams, one city. As we delve deeper into their stories, we'll see how their paths crossed and how their dreams shaped the city's destiny. The 1893 World's Fair, a beacon of hope and progress. But was it all as shiny and promising as it seemed? Let's dive into the heart of this story, the 1893 World's Fair, officially known as the world's Columbian Exposition. Held in Chicago, it was a celebration of the 400th anniversary of Christopher Columbus's arrival in America. The event was designed to showcase the scientific achievements, technological advances, and cultural wonders of the world. But it was also a demonstration of Chicago's resilience and determination to rise from the ashes of the Great Fire of 1871. The construction of the fair was an enormous undertaking. Over 200 buildings were erected in what became known as the White City for its gleaming white facades. Renowned architects from across the country were brought in to design the fairgrounds, working under the guidance of Daniel Burnham, the fair's director of works. But the project was not without its challenges. Deadlines were tight, the weather was unpredictable, and the financial stakes were high. Yet, against all odds, the fair opened on time and was a resounding success. Over the course of 6 months, more than 27 million visitors poured into the city, mesmerized by the dazzling displays of innovation and culture. The World's Fair transformed Chicago, propelling it onto the global stage. It shaped the city's identity, leaving a lasting legacy of architectural and cultural achievements. The fair also spurred economic growth, attracting new businesses and investments. But there was a darker side to this glittering spectacle. In the shadow of the fair's grandeur, a sinister figure lurked, exploiting the excitement and chaos for his own gruesome purposes. The fair, for all its promise of progress, also provided the perfect cover for one of America's first serial killers. A city transformed, but at what cost? As we peel back the layers of this story, we'll discover that beneath the glitz and glamour of the World's Fair, a chilling tale of ambition, deception, and murder was unfolding. While the city celebrated progress, a darker tale was unfolding within its midst. Just a stone's throw from the bustling World's Fair, a structure of a different kind was taking shape. This wasn't a monument to progress or innovation. No, this was something far more sinister. This was the murder castle of H. Holmes. Holmes was a man of charm and intelligence. He was also a master manipulator, exploiting the transient nature of the World's Fair to lure his victims into his clutches. His weapon of choice wasn't a knife or a gun, but rather an architectural monstrosity designed for deception and death. The murder castle was a labyrinthine building, filled with hidden rooms, trapdoors, and secret passageways. It was a macabre funhouse, a grim testament to the twisted genius of its creator. Holmes painstakingly designed every inch of the castle to disorient, trap, and ultimately kill his victims. And with the city's attention focused on the World's Fair, he conducted his grisly business with chilling efficiency. Holmes's victims, often young women drawn to the city by the allure of the fair, vanished without a trace, swallowed up by the murder castle's insidious depths. Holmes was careful, always one step ahead of suspicion. He would hire and fire construction workers frequently to ensure that no one, other than himself, knew the true nature of the building. His methods were cold, calculated, and horrifically successful. It is believed that he may have killed as many as 200 people in his murder castle, although the exact number remains a mystery. Holmes was the epitome of a wolf in sheep's clothing, a man who used the excitement and chaos of the World's Fair to mask his dark deeds. His tale is a chilling reminder that even in the midst of progress and innovation, evil can still find a way to thrive. In the shadow of progress, a monster lurked. 2 men, 1 city, a tale of ambition, progress, and the darkest corners of human nature. As we journey through the pages of The Devil in the White City, we are drawn into a world where the dazzling spectacle of innovation stands stark against the backdrop of humanity's most sinister proclivities. We've seen how 2 men, Daniel Burnham and H. Holmes, shaped the city of Chicago in the late 19th century, each in their distinctive ways. In the radiant glow of the World's Fair, architect Burnham's ambition was the driving force behind the creation of a city that stood as a testament to human progress. Yet, within the same city, the insidious obsession of Holmes brought forth a chilling tale of malevolence. This duality, this juxtaposition of ambition and obsession, progress and evil, is a recurring theme throughout the book, a theme that forces us to question the very nature of progress itself. Is progress merely a facade, a dazzling mask that hides the darker facets of human nature? Or is it, perhaps, the very catalyst that brings these facets to the fore? The Devil in the White City leaves us with these unsettling questions, urging us to reflect on our own ambitions and obsessions and the way they shape the world around us. In this tale of 2 men, we see how ambition can be a force for good, driving us to create and innovate, and how it can also lead us down a path of obsession, where the desire for achievement overshadows morality and empathy. It is a tale that reminds us that progress is not inherently good or evil, but rather, it is the intentions and actions of individuals that determine its impact. And so, the city of Chicago, with its gleaming white buildings and its dark underbelly, stands as a symbol of this duality, a symbol of how progress and evil can coexist, of how ambition and obsession can intertwine. The devil in the White City, a chilling reminder that even in the brightest lights, shadows lurk.